Hey there, welcome back. It's episode number 4 of Dominating Denmark. So we've gone through the 126 days of winter. We have made it to March, my friends. So today we play Jammerbugt FC and then some other team named Thisted FC. So we're going to go through our friendly results, but I really want to show you some of the moves in the transfer window and the things we've done to try and, I don't know if my webcam's blocking this, we're 598,000 pounds in the hole. So we're going to try and fix that. Alright, so let's take a look at the schedule here. So we had some friendlies, and then I made the mistake that when I joined the team, I forgot to tell the assistant manager to not schedule friendlies. So he canceled some of mine and scheduled some more, and it wasn't like we had any big money makers. It was like we're going to make $500 or 500 pounds on every one, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But anyway, we spent a lot of time in Sweden. So we hosted Sweden, and then we've had an away game in Sweden. So Skiv, Daniel Holm, Nyborg, Grossen, who's new. A little teaser for you there. Coming in, getting the goals 3-0. Comfortable win there. These are all lower level teams. It's honestly to try and get our match fitness up somewhere in the 70% range because, oh my goodness, when you take 126 days off, guess what? Your match fitness is terrible. Kaltoft, a new one, and Grossen, a new one. Again, with the 2 goals there. Hittarp's IK, kind of disappointing there because we had a little bit of a collapse there in the 92nd minute. We gave up the goal, but an own goal, Mirabel and Kaladin coming in, kind of our second string there. Astorp's FF, Grossen with the brace, Austin Kier. I mean, look at the times. 10 minutes, then nothing happens for 50 minutes. Then 61, 76, 79, 87, 90. It was like the floodgates opened up. Awesome stuff there. Again, Rasmus Grossen and Daniel Holm getting the goals against Kosova. Gnarps, brace for Camille. Stockholm with a penalty. Apparently, he's our best penalty taker, and he's a center back. More power to you, brother. Zimling in the 89th minute with a 4-2 win there. And then away to Glostrup and Reinert Petersen there with an easy goal in the 12th minute. Holm and Emil Dyer. So we're just trying to get our fitness up, but it was good for morale, I think. Like, okay, we're winning some games. We scored 6 goals. Like, I don't care how bad you are. You scored 6 goals. That's pretty freaking good. But enough about that crap, right? So let's take a look at the transfers, because that's really what you want to see, right? Yeah. Okay. So I realized, before I look on that, I realized, yeah, you can loan players for free from some clubs. So, like, I had in my mind, right, because my other saves is like, oh, I'm paying somebody to loan somebody and, like, playing time or not playing time. Like, some clubs are so big, they got so many players, not like us, that they'll just be like, yeah, you can just go there. You can be a backup or a rotational player, and, you know, we'll pay the salary. It's so low, and you guys are so broke. Oh, little pat on the head, you know, stuff like that. We don't care. We'll take it. So now that we have a scouting department with a whopping 2 people in it, we went to work and we picked up some scouts. But the first one is a financial transfer. We have sold Jesper Fleckner. So let's take a look at old Jesper. He's not being paid right now. He's getting $875, $825, something. I think it was $875, something stupid. More than 800 pounds a week from us. Whoever the previous manager was, that was a horrible decision, right? And when you look at him, he doesn't enjoy big matches. When we had him, there was a thing that said he was susceptible to injury. Fairly inconsistent performer. Like, you know, not exactly sorry to see him go. He's a decent player. You know, he played 11 games at 6.9. Got 2 players on the mat. He's not $875 worth. As you can tell, because Helsingor is not paying him a penny, which is outrageous. And it really took, like, no one wanted him. They all said his wages were too high. It's too high, too high. And I said, listen, dude, go find yourself a club. You're not playing. And he was like, oh, okay, fine. And then the next day, Helsingor comes in and he says, like, oh, we'll give you nothing. He's worth like $1,500. Not that that's going to save our 600,000 pound hole. But, you know, we said, I'm going to save that in 2 weeks. So who cares if you're not going to pay me the £1,500? In 2 weeks, his wages will cover that. So we sent him off and said, thanks for playing. But we have brought in some backups and some replacements. So Oliver Hansen is on a free for no dollars. He's on an amateur contract for us. He's not a world beater, but he's not terrible. You know, from a center back option, he's 24, good heading, mark. Like, he's an all-around decent player. A little bit slow on the acceleration, right? But he's 6'1", fairly sporting guy. Hey, Oliver, thanks for coming to the team. Please don't leave tomorrow. And he's played. So we picked him up off of Fredensborg, who are now in the relegation zone, right? So they're in the relegation stage. We're in the promotion stage. More about that in a second. Really confused. All right. But, 6'9", and 11 appearances, 11 starts. Hey, well, pretty good pickup for free. I'm glad he wanted to come play for us. Viborg FF, which is in the Superliga, the top league, right? William Nyborg got him on a free. He's worth 2.3 thousand. 3.5 star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Look at the green arrows. Things are going well. He plays ball winning midfielder, but in the that's in the defensive midfield is what I was trying to get out there. In the midfield, he prefers to play more of a central, like regular standard role. He can kind of do a little bit of whatever we need him to. So he's going alongside Reinhard Peterson. So Reinhard Peterson's got like the 17 aggression, and we put him on ball winning midfielder. And then Nyborg is kind of the support role. We can kind of switch that around. But he's quite good. He's second best guy we have, and he was free. So I think that's an excellent pickup. Rasmus Grossen coming in on loan from Brøndby. He's free. Yay. Not paying for him. And he is a young striker. One we can actually use. The one we have isn't terrible. He's not great, though. He's definitely not 3-star current ability. So when I saw this guy, and he is now, from a striking standpoint, our second best striker on the squad, and we're not paying for him, that's a good thing. So he's already come in, 4 appearances, 2 subs, 5 goals. I mean, these are friendlies, but he's 18. He's smashing on the goals. Thank you for coming. And then he has a hernia for 4 weeks. So we were like, yay, we got him all match fit, and then he's not going to play for a month. And our season may be over by then. Lucas Heron coming in on a free from Randers. I love that name. Randers FC, again, in the top league. 3-star current, 5-star potential. Not exactly thrilled with the red arrows. But, he's not played a single game of soccer, and he said, I want to play. And 6 appearances, 2 assists, a player of the match, 7.02. He's a great person to put in that attacking midfield center role. Slightly better than Camille, but we play Camille out on the left, and he's better than Mirabel by a whole star. So I don't know what the fairly honest both on and off the pitch is, but I like it. He's not gonna lie. He's a genuine guy. Also coming in from Brøndby, Andreas Kaltoft, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, center back. Love him. Goes to Stockholm, slots right into Fleckner's role. Although we do have Lundberg that we promised more playing time, so we got to work around that. But this guy is good. And you go from paying $875 for a guy who doesn't enjoy big matches and is a fairly inconsistent performer to nothing for a fairly slow player that's consistent, could be a Superliga central defender, is really good in the air, consistent performer. I think I was really happy to get him. And then we picked up Andreas Sorensen. He's 32, which normally I wouldn't go after some player fitness concerns. Yes, he's 32, right? Excellent. 2.5-star current ability and potentiality. He's not going to get any better, but he's good coverage. So he's better than Badren, but the only problem, his composure's down, but his composure is the same as Badren. So, but Badren can play on both sides. He can play on the left side of the fullback or the right side of fullback. He's better on the left, but he can play the right. So from like a substituting standpoint, it's sometimes better to have Badron on the pitch, but this guy's just a good all-rounder, and at the very least, he can help out our B team because they don't have anybody either. So let me know what you think about the transfers. I was absolutely thrilled. The only thing that was kind of concerning is the team came to me and said, like, you're not strengthening the defense enough. Well, we had like 3 people we were waiting to sign loan contracts. Like, it was in the middle of the window, and then they did. So overall, they seem happy. So Dyer kind of came in and was like, hey boss, the boys sent me in here. I was like, what is this crap, right? And so we fixed that. We got Lundberg. Again, we got 46 days. We got to kind of keep him in the rotation to get him his first team soccer that he wants, but overall doing well. So let's look at the finances. Turn your eyes away. 600 grand in the hole. But we paid 3,000 thus far this month in salaries. Like 1,600 of that, or I think it's already done the second week. 1,600 of that, or at least 800 of that, was Fleckner. So I think we've really saved some money there. But the only problem is, like we only have a sponsor of 40 grand, so we're not getting any additional income. Look at last season's income. No income whatsoever. So from an income standpoint, we're doing all right. Now, the expenditure, it's saying last season they didn't have any expenditure. I don't know if I believe that. I don't think that's true. Probably because this is the game and they don't have the data. But, it could be better. But the salaries is the top thing. The youth setup, which I don't even understand how we're paying 87 grand for a youth setup that has produced this. I don't even know. So the problem, if we go to our competitions here, if you'll notice, in the promotion stage, which is where we are, right? There's no money. So your only hope is to make the top 2 teams in the league. And then if you get to the 3rd period in the 1st division, you're guaranteed at least 61 grand. So we've got to get promoted to get some income coming in, because otherwise we are just going to get wrecked here. Maybe they'll get a loan. I don't know. I'd like to be able to pay some players. That'd be cool, because I know what's going to happen is we're going to have these players and we're going to have them on amateur contracts, and people are going to snatch them up over the summer. And there's literally another way to do about it. So we're just going to have to do this every season. Like, if we don't get promoted this season, this summer, we're going to pick up some players that may leave. And we're just going to have to get used to that. The thing I found confusing about the promotion from the promotion standpoint is it says teams entering this stage will start with 100% of their points gained in the 2nd division promotion stage, along with their goals scored and allowed. Okay, cool. And then we come in with 7 points. And I was like, what is that about, right? Well, what really they mean is, if you go to the autumnal stage, we were on 23 points. So I was trying to figure out how they got to 7 points. Well, what they mean, and it's not written very well, I think, in the game, is you only bring the points with you that you gained from the other teams that got promoted with you. So what that means is we get 7 points off of 6 games with these guys. So that's not exactly ideal, because that means the majority of our points came from the bottom of the table. But that's why we are currently in 7th place on 7 points, which again is only 4 points off the top. So we've got a bunch of games to play. We can make up that difference, but that's what's going on there. So I'm going to see how long this video is right now and decide if we should do 1 game or 2. We're only going to do, I think, just the 1 game, unless it goes by really fast, because this is already like 13 minutes into the video. So today, let's hop right to it then, right? We are going to play Jammerbugt FC. I don't know what that was. I don't know what just happened. I'm sorry. Hopefully I didn't offend you. Let's go. Kind of excited. Not even ready. Don't even have my earbuds in. They play a 4-1-2-3. I'm swinging my earbuds in like it's nobody's business. But, hey, this looks good, right? Good run of games. They're all friendlies. But, yeah. So, Simon the Giant coming back in. Hendrik Volkorsen, Lundberg, Kaltoft, and the only reason we're not playing Stockholm is he's suspended because he picked up a yellow card in his last match. Larson is only good for 60 minutes. Again, these guys are kind of knackered to start out, so I'm not thrilled with that. Nyborg, Peterson, Austin Kerr, Heron, Camilli, Holm. Boom. All right, so Larson. We got Sorensen that can come in for him. We also got Badram. I think we're going to put Batterman because we don't have Nielsen on the bench. That is the cover here. So Badram can cover both sides. Venner is going to cover the center backs. Anderson is ball-minding midfielder. Zimling is for Nyborg. Dyer can kind of play anywhere up here, and Jakobsen can as well. So that's the team for today. Oh, no, it's not. You have to have 3 outfield, 21. Okay, where? I love that rule. That is my favorite rule. I'm sure you can tell. So annoying. That is so annoying. And it's like I could put one of these guys on the bench, but they're good. So that's lovely. Hey, no one's match fit. Even though we played an absolute ton of friendlies, no one is match fit. Excellent stuff. Super excited. Hopefully nobody else is match fit on the other team. Thank you so much for the subscribers. We've had a huge jump in subscribers. We're at the time of this video, I don't think we've broken 100 yet, but we're at 99, which is just blowing my mind. So thank you for your continued viewership. I did put a video up on last Saturday asking my community what you want from me. So I had 4 questions on there. Please go back and watch that video. It's about 13 minutes long, I think, something like that. Pick up where you left off. Oh, loving it. Go out and make a difference. Oh, they're buying it. But I want to be producing content that you like. So this is your opportunity to tell a YouTuber what to do. But I really want to build a strong community here, in all seriousness. So go back and watch that video. Subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. But let me know what you've thought of this series. I've had a bunch of people that have either played Denmark series or Danish series. I don't know what I just said there. Or actually have searched and found it because they live in Denmark or they follow the league. So definitely cool that you guys are here. Larsen's already picked up a yellow. Game's kind of... Nielsen's injured. No, wait. Is Nielsen ours? Nielsen is not ours. Let's check that. I don't even know who they brought in. Okay, doesn't apparently matter. We've had 4 shots, 1 on target, 3 long shots. We are playing better than them, in theory. Completing our passes. Not so much on the headers, okay? Rye picks up a yellow. We are dominating them. Come on, boys. Let's get a goal in there. 2 on target shots, 2 half chances. Have not been able to slot anything away. Camille on a 6.6. Heron on a... No one is playing well. They are all playing absolutely horrific. That is... Okay, if we can get a goal, we're firmly in control. Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess we'll do that. I got faith in you. Let's go. Okay, got to take Larsen out at the 60th minute so he doesn't aggravate an injury. We've got to get a win here. We're 4 points off the top of the table. I don't want to get a position we are like desperate at the end of the season. So I'd like a highlight for us because that was the fat. We may actually do 2 games if there's no highlights. Okay, where are their yellows? Can we take advantage of the yellows? No, they're not together. What are our instructions? We're exploiting the flanks. Direct passing into space. It looks to be working. I'm not going to change anything. 9 shots, 2 on target, 2 half chances. They've subbed off their yellow, and we need to sub off Larsen. Before I forget, so Badrin coming on. How you doing, son? Go out there and make the difference. Badrin actually had a really nice... Lundberg picks up a yellow as soon as we're subbing. Thank you for doing that. 4 on-target shots, 9 off-target. It's not so good. 5 half chances. It's not... I'm not feeling it. I feel like this is going to be a draw or an ugly loss. Okay, back line is getting chewed up here with yellows. Okay, so what do we do? We're completing our passes. We got headers. Do we just need fresh legs? Let's look here. No one's just having a shocking game. They're just not doing anything. So we're going to put him back on winger. We're going to sub him off because he's looking kind of tired. That's the only change we're going to make right now, is put him more in a wing role rather than cutting inside, try to exploit that space because they're playing 3 midfielders. So maybe I should look for the overlap. I think we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to sub. Who's next? Who's next? Heron's looking tired. Oh, but Herod's supposed to be so good, and we don't really have somebody for him. All right, Kaladin, you're up, son. You are up, and we can switch. Let's just freak him out. That's what we're going to do, and we're going to go look for the overlap. Let's slow the passing down a little bit. But that way, maybe we can exploit the wings with the help of the wingers here. We'll bring one of the fullbacks up. I just don't want to give up a goal. That'd be absolutely horrific, wouldn't it? 16 shots. Boys, we need... Looking very nervous. Encourage. We're going to probably do 2 games because nothing has happened in this game. Come on, boys. Don't draw. Oh, my gosh. 17 shots, 6 on target, 6 half chances, and you cannot get a victory. Unbelievable. Unlucky. I don't want to crush morale. Okay. So when we come back, I guess... No, you know what? I don't want this video to go too long. In the next episode... Oh, that's so awful. We're 6 points off. So we're a whole 2 victories off of the top of the league. When we come back in the next episode, we are going to play Thisted FC and Colding IF. Hopefully that's not too disappointing for you. Just one of those things where went through the transfers, and I don't want this to be a 35-minute video, so I'm going to cut it short for you. Thanks for being here. Smash a like. Let me know what you think about all that stuff. I'm really frustrated with that draw right now, but it is what it is. We'll see you in the next episode.